Chef Alan from Shepherd Song Farm here. Today, slow roasted, fall off the bone lamb shoulder. This is a great way to cook large cuts of meat with a bone in it. I'm going to use a mixture of rosemary, garlic, crushed red pepper, and oil to make kind of a seasoning paste, but you could use all kinds of different seasonings here. This is just kind of an Italian theme. You could also add some anchovies to what I'm going to do here, and that would be great, just like 1 or 2 fillets. So I'm going to take garlic and the rosemary that I chopped up there, and I'm going to add some salt because that's going to act as an abrasive, and I'm going to kind of mash this up, and I'm going to try to make it into a paste. You could also do this in a food processor, but the mortar and pestle or the molcajete here really works well. I'm going to add some oil there when things are mashed up. That's going to help it kind of, get the form of a paste, help us to spread it all over the lamb. Now this is the fun part. Okay, so a lot of traditional recipes for lamb call for piercing the meat, maybe like sticking a piece of garlic in there. Sticking a whole piece of garlic in a piece of meat is not going to work well. You could do it with this because it's slow cooked, but just for roasting, I don't really like that. So you're going to stab the meat all over, just down to the bone, about 1/4 of an inch, and then you're going to rub it all over with the paste. You can see I'm taking a vacuum bag and I'm opening it up. So with part of the top folded over, that's just to make things easier so I don't get marinade all over the place. And you're just going to massage that marinade into the shoulder and really rub it in there well so it can get in, little bits of it can get inside all of those cuts that you made. Now we're going to put it in the vacuum bag, and I'm going to get some of those goodies from the marinade off of the board and put those in there too. Kind of try to get everything you can. Now vacuum seal it. You don't have to do this, but it is going to give you a much better flavor. It will be a noticeably better flavor if you vacuum seal it. It just really helps everything to get inside of those cuts, and it makes it so your whole fridge won't smell like garlic for a day. It's usually pretty easy to seal. You can see I'm cleaning that seal up a little bit just to make it so the fridge doesn't smell. Then you're going to refrigerate it overnight, at least 8 hours. You can do 24. You can do longer if you want because there's salt in that marinade. And next, this is a great roasting technique for any big chunk of meat, really, and it's in papillote or cooking it in paper. So I see this in French cuisine. You also see it in African cuisine, and basically wrapping it in paper means that you can kind of steam roast it. So it's going to cook at a low temperature for about 4 or 5 hours until it is fork tender, and you're going to see that it's going to brown, but it's not going to dry out. It roasts and it kind of steams at the same time. It's just a genius way to slow cook pieces of meat, especially if you think they might dry out. See, ooh, it's pretty juicy there. Lamb shoulders have a lot of fat. That's one of the best parts about this recipe. Then you just open it up. It's like opening up a Christmas present. And then you get to start cutting off pieces of meat. You could pull it. I like to serve this in slices, as you'll see. But yeah, just look at that. The meat is just falling off of the bone. It should be nice and tender, like your fingers will just sink into it. And cut some slices. It just falls off. And this stuff just melts in your mouth. It's so good. So you can serve it just like a roast, or you can have some, I like some leftover for sandwiches. Just really a great way to cook lamb shoulder or goat shoulder. And you can get the lamb or goat and order online at shepherdsongfarm.com. And I'm Chef Alan Burgo. Thanks for watching.